Hello comic book fans! Let's talk about the second part to Volume 1 of the Young Avengers series. This took place in issues 6 through 12. It has two storylines that are happening in it. The first storyline is called Secret Identities. This was written by Alan Heinberg and illustrated by Andrea DeVito. This first storyline focuses on Eli Bradley, aka Patriot. He has a major secret that he's been keeping from the rest of his team members. The viewer has had some clues here and there, but nothing's been explicitly stated out. The focus also shifts over to Captain America, who feels as though he's responsible for the Young Avengers being formed, and he also feels as though it's his duty to try to keep them from being superheroes. After this many years, even though Bucky has returned back, he still feels responsible for what happened to him. It's really unfortunate what Patriot's going through. He's really trying hard to be a superhero. Unfortunately, though, he doesn't have the means to be the hero that his grandfather once was. He's also trying to make his grandfather happy. This story is only 2 issues long, and it ends on a sad note, but it's not the end to the story. It's just the end to this mini-story. The next storyline is called Family Matters. It was illustrated by Jim Chung, who illustrated the first 6 issues of the Young Avengers. This storyline focuses on Hulkling. We go into his background and who his parents are. Turns out he's a lot more than just a simple shapeshifter. Without giving too many spoilers, I think that Heinberg did a great job of linking Hulkling to a very important character in Marvel Comics' past. Plus, it makes Hulkling so much more unique amongst all of the shapeshifters in the Marvel community. And it's also really awesome that Hulkling is a part of 2 different species in the Marvel Universe, who they themselves are very important. We also have 2 additions that are added into the Young Avengers, which includes Speed, who looks exactly like Wiccan. Their background is touched on briefly, but that goes into a completely different storyline later on. That storyline is something that won awards because it was so good. But we're also introduced to the new Vision, who is linked to the old Vision, but he still has his own unique personality. He's more linked to Iron Lad, who was part of the first 6 issues of the Young Avengers. And what's even better is that Patriot also returns back in this storyline. But he's even better than ever because he's resolved everything that happened in the previous story. This series was incredibly well done. The first story was great. This volume, I think, is even better. Andrea DeVito, who drew issues 7 and 8, was great, but Jim Chung's artwork for the rest of the volume, it was incredible. Some of the double pages with the Avengers joining up with the Young Avengers, it was just so well done. Seeing them team up together, it was so vibrant. I love the colors. I love the scheme of everything put in there, but it gets even better with one of the future storylines too, if that's possible. This was a great series. I love the characters. They all felt like they were a family, the way they work towards each other and the way they care about each other. This is the way comic books should be written. At least it is if you want to read a comic book series about teenage superheroes that are having some issues with each other but still try their best to work everything out. And I am also really impressed with how the series handles Hulkling and Wiccan's relationship throughout the entire run. Even though they are being acknowledged that they're both guys, it's still something that's very normalized, which is the way it should be. The relationship is discussed like any other normal relationship in any other storyline, which is a very refreshing thing to read. Anyways, this is a Marvel comic book title. It came out in 2005. It's a bit tougher to find individually, but there was a trade paperback version that came out that's much more easily accessible. Or if you're one of those people that like to download comics, you can always go to marvel.com and you can download it from there. But that's it for now. Thank you guys for joining me in this comic book review, and I'll join you in another one very soon. Peace.